Hello everyone. Today's lecture topic is numerical problem based on detailed estimate. In our previous lecture, we already studied about types of estimates. There are various types of estimates in which we consider only two types, that is the detailed estimate and approximate estimate. In previous lecture, we done with our numerical problem based on approximate estimate. Now in today's lecture we consider the detailed estimate, and we know that detailed estimate is done in two stages. First is measurement and calculations of quantities, and second one is abstract of estimation of cost. And there are three methods which we have to use for finding the detailed estimate. The names are long wall short wall method, center line method, and partly center line and partly crosswalk method. So with the help of this method we find the detailed estimate. So today lecture is considered only the basics of detailed estimates, how we find the detailed estimate for quantity, and how we find the abstract of estimated cost. After that, we discuss many problems regarding the detailed estimates. So, today's lecture is begin with numerical problems, and the numerical problem is prepare a detailed estimate of a part of a wall of a building from the given plan and section and general specification. And the general specifications are: foundation concrete shall be of lime concrete, foundation and plinth shall be first class brick in lime mortar, dam proof course 2.5 centimeter. Here cm is the cement mortar and the ratio of cement to mortar is 1:2 with waterproofing compound. Fourth one is superstructure first class brick in lime mortar. Fifth one is wall finishing inside wall 12 cement plaster 1:6 and whitewash 3 coats, and outside wall 12 cement plaster 1:6 including 10 centimeter below ground level and finished with 2 coats of color wash over 1 coat of whitewashing. As we know that for calculate the detailed estimate we required drawings, general specifications, and current schedule rates. So here we have given general specifications. These are the general specifications, and these are the plan and elevation or cross section. So with the help of these values we have find the quantity, and after that finding the quantity we multiply with the rate and get the final amounts. So here we have given plan and cross section. So for understanding the basic concept, here we take only a part of wall. This is a one wall. We have to calculate quantity for this wall, and after that found the abstract of estimated cost. So here we have given wall, and the wall is the 6 meter, and this is the cross section of the wall. So for preparing the wall we need many things. For example, excavations in foundation, then we have put brick in foundation, then brick in superstructure and plinth level and DPC and all. There are many things we have to do in construction work. So we have to calculate all quantities for this wall with the help of this cross section. So we used a long wall short wall method for calculation of these values. So here we made a table. The table is contained item number, particulars of items, numbers, length, weight, height, quantity, and explanatory notes. So in this numerical we have to find different quantities for different details. So here we have first one is the earthwork in excavation in foundations. So we have earthwork in excavation in foundation, and the base width is the 0.90. So here we consider only one wall. That's why here we write number is equal to 1. Length of wall is 6 meter. Here we write 6 meter. Width of foundation. So here width of foundation is 0.90. So 0.90. So quantity is multiplication from number to height column. We have to multiply these columns and we get the quantity, and the unit of this quantity is cubic meter. We already know that for thick we consider the cubic meter, and for thin we consider the square meter. Now second one, we have to find concrete in foundation. Here we concreting in foundation is done. That's why we have to find concrete in foundation with lime mortar. So here we done with these values, and we find different values according to our diagram, that is the cross sections diagrams. We already done in our previous lecture how we find these values. The main motto of this lecture is that here we write cement mortar 1:2, here we write cement plastered 1:6. There is a meaning of these values, and here we write first class brickwork, because due to these values our rate analysis is vary. If here we change this ratio 1:6 to 1:3, then the rate is different for 1:6 and 1:3. If here we used second class brick or third class brick or overburnt brick, so here the rate is different. That's why we have clearly mentioned all the category in our general specification, what type of cement plaster we use, what type of brick we use in a construction works. So after finding this value, we get a quantities of different particular items, and after that we have to find with the abstract or with the help of rate abstract of estimated cost. So for finding the abstract of estimated cost, first we have to prepare the table like this, in which we have item number, description of item of works, quantity, unit, rate, unit and amounts. So why we here required unit? Because when we multiply with this unit, we have to need a unit for that. For example, here we have a 4.86 cubic meter, and we know that for a thick work we have rate unit is percentage cubic meter. Percentage cubic meter means per 100 cubic meter. So for finding this value, we have to divide first 350 to 100. So here we get 3.5 rupees. So 3.5 is multiplied with quantity, and we get the final amount, that is the 17.01. Here our unit is cubic meter and either per cubic meter. So simply we have to multiply 220 with 1.62 and we get 3.356.4. So similarly we have to find these values according to the unit, and final we get the amount is 3906.77. So this is the amount of our quantity, but in this quantity we have required some contingencies works also. This is the works which we include as a extra part. So here we add a contingency of 3%, and if we take 3% of this we get 117.203, and add for work charge establishment as a 2%. We know that work charge establishment is the department which gives the lump sum amount, means the if the big project is going on, so we need a watchman, we need a various supervisor, various workmanship and all. So that account amount is called as a lump sum amount, and this lump sum amount is distributed by the work charge establishment, and it is considered their 1.5 to 2% of the estimated cost. So here we count 2% of the estimated cost. So if we find the 2% of estimated cost, here we get 78.13. So total amount is 4102.103. So this is the total amount which we have to find with the help of quantities and contingencies and work charge establishment. So this is the basic thing we have considered in our detailed estimate. if you go through the one room building, two room building and other apartments, then this values is increasing continuously. And here you see DPC, first class brick, plaster in one wall and all. So that icon is increased if you increase with your buildings. Means if you go through one room building or two room building, then that quantity is increased. So you have to prepare for that. So this is the basics concept. You have to prepare like this. If you have find the detailed estimate of any building or any room, you look this type of need. So today's lecture is over. Now we meet with a new lecture with a new problem depend based on detailed estimate. Thank you.